Good morning, everyone. My name is Neha Gimiri, and my student ID is EMV21382.
Hello, my name is Prerna Lama. My student ID is EMV21300.
My name is Urmila Moharjan and my student ID is EMV21578.
Today we are going to present a group assignment regarding a group presentation from the subject Business and Corporation Law, which involves a case of North versus Marra Development Private Limited. In this particular case study, a brief description of the Corporation Act 2001 and its component has been provided. It is in this case we have further explained about the violation of that particular act by few directors of the established firms. The reason behind the breaching of this act has also been explained further, and the findings of this case consist of the various informations regarding the duties and responsibilities of the directors, focusing on how significant it is in order to maintain a successful business, along with their pros and cons. The mentioned facts are further analyzed and compared with relevant cases and a group of effective strategies for a stable legal system across the country. One of the most significant and well-distinguished act, that is the Corporation Act 2001, was overstepped by few Australian directors, and the case of the North versus Marra Development Private Limited has further expanded vigorously and came into attention when such act was deliberately violated. The Corporation Act typically depicts the criteria of the allegiance and devotion of employers and employees, business owners, and this particular act was founded by the group of directors as observed in the case of North versus Marra Development Limited. Dispute and illegal activities or violation of rules and regulations in business firms from small scale to big scales have been happening every day across the nation. In the opinion of steering JR, while running a convenient business or even playing the role of a share or stakeholder, consists of several criteria and conditions as per the regulations of the particular nations. The breakage of such significant court order leads to a huge expansion of inconvenience on a large scale. Immense numbers of large firms of small companies, business persons, and the people of the nations experience a controversial situation for a particular period because of the violation of this act. According to the Corporation Act, in the Ministry of Justice, an owner or director of a firm is expected to obey and dedicatedly follow their responsibilities in order to keep the business free from any illegal disputes. And according to Machado, Galhano, and Trujillo, the directors of Marra Development Private Limited overlooked the consequences that could lead to the issues affecting the business, its reputation, its market value, and according to the findings, a part of the share that was about to be paid by the directors seems to be not paid by them, and they have pulled away from their responsibilities and duties towards their rules and regulations.
Let's move on to the pros and cons for the violation of this act. There are various possible pros and cons due to the violation of this Act 2001. Since a director in a company holds the huge responsibility, the criteria in this act need to be maintained as a dedicated chief person. It not only act on particular scenario but also in a whole overall company. According to Kleitner and Boersma 2014, there are various controversies regarding the negligence and violation of this act. Similarly, in this scenario, the denial of the payment of the dividend lead to a breakage of various particular sections of law as stated by the ministry. In order to gain profit, unfortunately, the firm made unexpected losses in the final revenue, facing other several issues in this situation.
Now moving on to the impact of the decision of court in respect to the North versus Marra Development Private Limited on other operating Australian organisation. The case of the North versus Marra Development Private Limited created a huge impact not only on the other running companies but also on the entire legal system of Australia. The impact of the case became a word of mouth overnight and spread drastically among the mass. As opened by Allen and Kurzman 2016, though the directors of firm tried their best to acquire justification, the strict regulation of the ministry were far from the providing the same. Some of the established organizations and their chief persons and experts opened this particular matter and kept record of the experience. The Australian Institute of Directors and the Corporate Governance also had opinions how the court has perfectly taken the appropriate decision. Other organizations like the Australian Red Cross Society, Creative Commons, Australian Private Hospital Association become aware of the happening of such illicit affairs. The eminent personalities related to the particular industry also spoke about how the impact has led to the goodwill of the legal system overall, and awareness among small to large scale companies were spread. So the conclusion we have drawn from our case study is, however, a large number of research and studies has been performed about the violation of the Corporation Act 2001. It is apparent that every act consists of certain legally written and declared set of terms and conditions. Any act against these rules create an offender in the eye of the ministry and shall be penalized as occurred in the North versus Marra Development Private Limited case. It is mandatory for any employee or employer to typically be on track. An illicit or unfaithful carried out for a long time can provide company with wide range of profit, but the decision was a revelation of such form to provide an idea of how unbending and severe the consequences can be.
Thank you.
Thank you.